in this video, I'm still using the properties of log, but instead of expanding, I'm going to condense. Condensing means whatever you do, there only has to be one log or one ln expression. You cannot have multiple logs anymore. So condensing, you're shrinking it down to 1. And you have to match them up with your rules. So the first one I have here, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's the natural log or the log. So we have the natural log of 3 plus ln of x. Now, if you match it up, it looks exactly like our first rule here. So our first rule is the product rule, which means we're condensing it to an ln. And now it has to be a product of the two arguments that you see here. In this case, would be 3 and x. So this becomes the ln of 3x. Guess what? Done you are. That's it. Cool. Okay. Let's take a look at the next one. We have 2 ln 8 minus 5 ln c minus 4. Again, we want to condense it to 1 ln. Now, what did I say earlier in a previous video where I'm expanding? These numbers in front of your ln or your log are really your exponents. So if I apply the power rule first, this 2 would have to come here, and this 5 would be the exponent for z minus 5. Okay, so let me do this first. So this becomes the ln, actually, let me write it below. The ln of 8 to the second, of course, that's the ln of 64, minus the ln of z minus 4 to the 5th power. Okay, so first I use the power rule. Which order you do that doesn't really matter. So I use the power rule first, and now I match it up with the quotient rule. I have a difference here. That means I have to write it as a single ln as a quotient. So this becomes 8 squared is 64 all over z minus 4 to the 5th power. Here you go. Let me write it in brackets. Here you go. This looks better. Okay, I condensed it. And I think I wrote a little bit too large. I have no more room for the other problem that I wanted to do. I'll make this a little smaller. Chirp, chirp. Here you go. Now, I have a minus and I have a plus. That minus means what? Somewhere there's a quotient, so there is division, there's a fraction. But we also have to apply the power rule because we have a 2 here that needs to go there, and we have a 3 that needs to go, the exponent on the z. To make this a single log, what I always do first, I know I have a minus, so I know there needs to be division. But all the expressions that are positive, they go in the numerator as a product. So positive, I have here the log of x is positive, and the 3 log z is positive too. Log of x plus 3 log z, I'm using the product rule, that goes always in the numerator, x times z to the 3rd power. I applied the power rule with the 3. The only term that is negative, I know I have to write in the denominator, and this becomes y to the 2nd power. So that's how you condense log or natural log expressions.